you voted, and this is what I ended up coming out with, and that is this neutral look. I hope it's neutral. I'm thinking it's neutral. There's a few warm tones, but I was just kind of working with what made my blue eyes more flattering. Thank you so much if you had voted, because I was really interested to see what you guys wanted. And hopefully this is the neutral look, and if you are interested in how to get this, then please stay tuned. So for today, I'm going to use the Morphe 350 palette. I haven't used this for such a long time, so I felt like maybe I need to get back into the habit of using it. I have to say though, over time, I've used different eyeshadow palettes, and this really is not good. I thought this was fantastic when I first started, but it's not the best in my most personal opinion. Right, so this is going to be quite difficult because these shades actually do not have any names, but I'm going to go into, which one am I going to go into? This shade here, sandy shade, on, as per usual, my my Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Crease brush. Maybe that's, is it the MAC 227? I can't remember. I feel like I've kind of just disowned that brush now. I don't seem to ever use it. So I'm using this as my base. Just add in some colour. I feel like with these shades they're quite chalky, so you have to really sort of build up the colours. So I'm going to go back in and push, soften out that edge. They do blend really well, these shades, I have to say. So I'm going to take a mixture of these two end shades. So I'm going to go in with a bit of this here and then a bit of that. Now I know you guys said that you want to go for a neutral eyeshadow look. I promise I'm not going to use too many warm tones. I'm just buffing this into the crease because I think the crease needs a bit of warmth. So even though I'm not using super like gold colours or anything like that. Next I'm going to go into this shade here, which is just a typical dark brown. Shit. I just realised I'm using the wrong brush. That is why. I'm popping this just on the outer part of my eye, and I'm going to be dabbing this. Right, now what I'm going to go ahead and do, I feel like this looks quite quick in comparison to other looks, but it is just quite a quick, easy, simple look when you get into the habit of things, and it especially helps if you have really good products. I'm going to go in with concealer, and I am taking this no further than the crease. I think I need my mirror a bit closer up. So I'm taking this no further than the crease, and what I'm doing is just stamping into my actual eye socket, so please do be careful. I hate it when you get like a really good, or you're trying anyway to get quite a good neat crease, and then it just ends up completely falling apart, but never mind, we will fix it. So whilst that is the messiest cut crease I think I have ever done in my life, never mind, I'm going to take my finger and just blend that brown into the rest. Now if you can see, if you sort of divide your eye into thirds, I'm going to use the outer part as a really dark brown, and then I'm going to go in with a slightly warmer colour, but it's enough for it to still be quite neutral in my eyes. What I'm going to do is again go into my finger, and I'm just going to take a dark brown shade and pop this on the outer third. I feel like especially in this palette, and it might just be my palette, it's just not a good shade. Very, very chalky, which is why I haven't done my foundation first, because I just don't want to put loads of black on for it to just sort of, you know, fall everywhere onto my face, although it's doing a pretty good job at not doing that so far. I'm going to leave that how it is at the mo. I'm then going to go back into that orange that we had originally used for a transition shade and use this to blend into the first front part of our eye. And then I'm going to go into a creamy colour with my concealer brush. use this as the front part. Okay, now if I'm somewhere near happy with that, I'm just going to go in with a very small pencil brush and just try and soften that line so that it's not as clear cut. You might find that some areas have not sort of covered properly, so this is why I think it's good to always have a really small brush in your kit so that you can get into those fine-tuned areas. And just make sure everything is super even and super blended. For the eyes, that's literally it. I'm going to run some of that original orange shade underneath my lash line. Again, it gives a bit of warmth, not too much. And then I'm just going to go into the dark brown so that it sort of ties together. Done. I'm going to go in with my liquid liner, which is my Makeup Revolution one, any mascara, and then I'm going to pop on my lashes. My favourites at the minute are the AO3s from eBay. I'll link them down below. I've used them in the past few videos and I love them. I'm just going to go in with a small highlights in the inner tear duct, and this is this shade. If you have this palette, it is this shade just here, and just use this on my brow bone and then also the inner tear ducts as well, and it just gives the it just gives the look a bit of lift. Right, so we're going to move on to skin. The first thing I'm going to use is a primer, and this is the number 7 Brilliantly Bare Beauty Enhancer. Looks like this. I'm going to take this on a stipple brush. This is kind of a silicone based primer which feels really nice on the skin. In my video that I've done not long ago, sorry, I think the red lipstick one, I used a face mask, and you guys, my skin has felt amazing. Usually if I put a silicone primer on, I have to moisturize beforehand, which is kind of priming anyway, but that mask just, oh, it was lush. I'm going to attach the actual website down below because I think you guys need to go and check it out, but wow. For the face, I'm going to go in with 2 foundations. I just love going in and mixing my foundations now. I just feel like it gives me a really good sort of coverage. I like the texture of my skin afterwards. So the first one I'm going in with is the True Match in 4N Beige, and then I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Superstar in, I think the shade's rubbed off. 21. On slightly dark. Oh geez, why does everything have to... Right. I'm at the stage with this foundation now where it's kind of half empty and it's just splurting out everywhere. Just taking that on a flat kabuki brush. Might take a smidge down my neck. Yeah, I've been really enjoying mixing my foundations. Like it's quite rare for me to actually pick up just one foundation. I usually tend to be mixing them all the time because, I don't know, you get the best of both worlds, I suppose. But I have had a few occasions where I have mixed them and they haven't gone well because the base, so if they're oil-based or water-based, they haven't really mixed well on those occasions. So maybe just check out what your foundation's actually made up of. For concealer, I'm going to take the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in C5 just to lift this area, maybe a smidge on my forehead, tiny little... Actually, that concealer's lighter, so it's probably going to draw a bit of attention to that. And then just a smidge on my chin. I also forgot to mention I did go in and do my eyebrows because I was kind of toying around with what look I was going to do today. So when I was pondering, I just thought I might as well do my eyebrows. For my powder, I will be using my Maybelline Superstar powder in the shade of 10 Ivory, and talk about just throwing that in my face. I'm not going to put this actually like everywhere. I'm just going to pop this underneath my eyes. And then also my T-zone and chin as well, because I feel like that's the place that I get most oily. To bronze up my skin, I'm going to take, oh my god, I'm going to take this Face Form Contouring and Blush palette in the shade of Light from Sleek. I'm not sure if you can get these just in Christmas sets, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get these bronzers and stuff elsewhere. So I'm going to bronze up my skin. Honestly, you guys, I really like this eye look. I hope it looks okay on camera because I feel like it looks a bit patchy, the browns especially. But I used to do this eye makeup look when I first sort of ventured into YouTube, and it was one of the first looks that I think I had tried, and I was like, do you know what, this makeup actually makes me look really good, or makes me feel really good anyway. That was kind of up my own a-hole. I really liked it on myself, and I just thought it made me feel good. And it's really nice. I don't know, it's just a bit nostalgic, I think. For my blush, I'm not sure actually if I'm going to make a mistake doing this, but I'm going to take the blush that's also in that palette, and I think, I don't know what shade this is, but it's like the pink with the gold sort of base, because I think I really like the colour, but I like the fact there's quite a lot of gold dewiness to the skin. So for highlights, I wanted to keep drugstore with this look, but quite honestly there's a palette that I haven't used in a long time, mainly because I've been travelling around, and it's not the most travel friendly palette ever, but it is still my favourite, and it is the Be Perfect Sub-Zero Mama Mitchell highlight palette. I love this so much. Like when I received this in PR and I was like, oh my god. Take the shade Baby, which is this pinky shade, and use this to highlight. They have the most wonderful textures. So for lips, I'm going to go in with three different lip three different lip products today, which you do not need to at all, but it's just my go-to nude. So the first thing I'm going to go in with is the Always On Liquid Lipstick in the shade of Fair Game. This is from Smashbox. The reason I have this is because there's a cosmetic company store near where I live, and I think I got this for like £4. So this is cheaper than the drugstore. And I'm using this to sort of line my lips. The lipstick I'm going to go in with is from a brand called Jelly Pong Pong, which just sounds so inviting. And this is in the shade, I'm not sure what shade this is, but it just says So Susan. But basically it's just a standard nude shade, but it is like the best nude. It kind of is like a more pinkier version of Creme D'nude from MAC. And I'm popping this in the middle part. And then just over the top, I'm going to use I'm going to use Myth from MAC. Okay, so this is the whole finished look. I quite like the eyes. I think on camera they look really nice, really flattering. Maybe this one just needs a smidge bit more of a blend. I'm not sure, I'm just going to leave it alone. But I really like this look. I think it's really complimentary for blue eyes, especially the orange makes them pop. Again, the lighter colour on the sort of front of the eye just lifts your eyes anyway. I hope you really enjoyed this. I love wearing gloss now. I think it's like, I'm really into gloss. And hopefully you like this look. Please keep up to date with my channel, because I'm usually now, or I say usually, I am now posting loads of polls about what you guys wanted to see. You guys wanted to see a neutral look, so hopefully this is this a neutral look? I hope it's a neutral look. I'm not sure. Anyway, I will be posting some more polls, so I'd really love to hear your opinion. Don't forget to follow me on social media platforms, and that's everything from me, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye!